Welcome back everyone. In this tutorial, I will be modeling this interesting and cool looking charger. I am really happy with the result. I was not expecting to wrap this up around 10 minutes, but I believe I found a great way to model this shape. I hope you are gonna enjoy the tutorial. So now let's get into it. I'm gonna kick this off by adding a cylinder in, then I will get them down to the lowest number I can get, in this case 1 and 8. Now let's go to the top view. I'm gonna change the orientation, move this over here and scale it up. Nice. After doing that, I will make it editable, hit C, then get these edges right in the middle. After doing that, I will grab slide tool, hold down Control and clone these out slightly. Then make a fill selection, grab these polygons and extend these to the left. Here we go, we got our first shape. It looks like two different shapes merged together perfectly, as you can see, and we are gonna try to do that. So I'm gonna hold down Control and rotate this around. Then I'm gonna hold down Shift and stop it 90 degrees. Let's go to the top view one more time. And I'm gonna go into edge mode again and select these edges in the middle. Same workflow, hold down Control, clone these out slightly because we don't want to change the shape. Then make a fill selection and move these up. And here we go. Now it's going to be all about merging these two different shapes. Before getting into that, we need to prepare these two objects. First, I'm going to grab these points, enable snap, and I will also enable edge snap as well and move this up and snap these edges to that middle edge. Same here, grab these, but this time I will need to move up my axis on the Y so that I could snap these on that edge. Perfect. Now we are ready to bool these, bring these in and put these under the bool, and I'm going to change my boolean type to union. Let's turn this off. Before making this boolean editable, I will add a few loop cuts, like over here, and I'm going to click on that edge. It's going to automatically snap on it. Same here. By doing so, it's going to be much easier to connect these two objects. Now let's go to the bool, enable create single object. Now I'm going to increase up my threshold so that these 2 points will be merged. Let's try 0.5, no, 1, yeah. But be careful, while doing this, you may merge other points as well, but that looks pretty clean. Now let's make this editable. Awesome. So far, so good. Now let's try to alter the shape like it looks like. These are supposed to be over here. All right, nice. Now we need to work on that section. First, let's delete these. Then I will go to the right view, bring this down. Nice. Then I'm going to double click, hold down Control to select these edges. Grab Stitch and Sieve tool, hold down Shift and connect these two edges. Then I will hold down Shift and add that loop cut in. By adding these, I will be able to add that curve, basically. Now all I need to do is select Close Polygon Hole tool and close these holes. Then, yeah, the right view looks fine. Now let's check the front view. I will just need to scale these in on the x-axis, and that's gonna be it. Now I will try to get rid of these edges. So them, perfect. All quads. Now let's try to make this as uniform as possible. So I will start to add loop cuts in. Let's set this to 4. Then the middle ones, hold down Shift, add this one in. And here we go, we got the basic shape. Let's add this one in as well. As you did see, I simplified the process. I forgot all the details on the surface. I just focused on the general shape of the charger. And I did this with low poly cylinders. Now it's time to add further details. So let's grab this back and I'm gonna go to the top view. First, let's select these polygons with on-correct selection. I will make an inset, then I will make another one. Then grab these polygons with loop selection, hold down Control and bring this down. Let me turn off the X mode, hold down Control, bring this down. Then I could, let's see, I could select them all, make an inset. Then let's reset the offset of the axis and basically scale this down. And that's gonna be it. Hold down Control and delete. Now that one, this one is gonna be easy. Inset, scale, and that's all. I'm not gonna do the left side because I could mirror these on. Then these guys can inset, scale, yeah. No, that should be enough, I guess. Hold down Control, extrude these in, and delete. Now I'm going to show you how you can mirror these on the other side. Before doing that, I need to make sure that these edges in the middle are perfectly straight. Select them, set this to world, and these are on the X, so I need to zero out X position and X size to 0. Now I'm going to right click and click on Symmetrize Options, turn off Link with Symmetry Hub, and let's see where we added these on. It looks like we added these on the plus side of the x-axis. So I need to select this one, click on. Okay, also make sure that you set your space to global and click on. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna hold down Alt at that subdivision surface again, and we are gonna need supporting edges. But I'm not gonna use loop cuts. Instead, I will be using weights. So we have two options. First one is grabbing these edges, the sharp edges by hand with the help of loop selection. Or there's an easier way, and it's called Funk Break Selection. It is right under the selection menu, right over here. I just need to find a good angle, like let's try 40, 50 maybe. All right, 50 is looking fine. I'm gonna click on Select All. I'll just need to deselect these edges. I just want the sharpest ones. That looks fine. I'm gonna hit Q, right click, and click on Weight Subdivision Surface, and I'm gonna weight them all the way up. Perfect. We should set this to 1, otherwise 2 is gonna be too much. And that's gonna be it. Let's make it editable. After that point, we no longer need that weight. Now we are gonna start at the real sporting edges. So add this one in. We can add this one over here. I don't think we need to add new edges for here. Like I can slide these and double click on these ones. I'm gonna set this my offset mode to proportional and slide these in. Hit Q. Nice. If you want your edges to be sharper, you can grab these and get them closer. It's gonna tighten up the edges. Nice. Then I will make a loop selection, hold down Control, clone these in. Nice. Then I'm gonna get rid of these and add this one instead. Nice. What about here? Well, the same process, just slide these in, move these up, hit Q, and here we go. If you get these sharp edges, it is because of the Phong angle. Just increase that up. Same here. Slide them up, slide them in, Q, and perfect. Now I could use the symmetrize one more time. Okay, and that's it. I guess these are too large, so I will make a loop selection, grow my selection a few times, and scale them in. As you can see, I need to lock one of these axes. In this case, I believe it's going to be Y, and I'm going to scale these in so that the surface will be perfectly flat. Yeah, now let's symmetrize this. Hold down Control, slide these in, hit Q, perfect. Now let's model this quickly. split these out. I'm gonna scale them in just a little bit with normal move tool, and move these up, scale them in slightly. Another one, but this time I'm gonna unlock my y-axis, scale them in. Yeah, something like that. Then I'm gonna use close polygon hole tool, enable patch, and rotate these around. And you are gonna eventually find, yeah, this one for example. Now we could add supporting edges. I'm gonna group these, hit Q. Yeah, looking quite similar. I'm gonna go to tools, center axis tool, time control, another one, 90 degrees. Move this over here. That shape is looking different, so I will make a loop selection, then a fill selection. Then I could bring this down and scale this in on the X maybe. Yeah, I guess that was too much. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the USB parts. I believe you got the idea. Topology is looking great. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I really hope you liked the tutorial and learned something new. I know that it was a little bit faster, but I'm trying to finish this off under 10 minutes. If you have any questions, just let me know. I read them all. I will happily help you. So you could also join our Discord group and you can ask your questions over there. So anyway, I hope you liked the tutorial and I will see you in the next one. Bye.